Hello! Today we're going to be looking at My Little Pony, The Runaway Rainbow. I'm doing this, but here we go! No, not that lovable film from 2006, but rather the video game, because that's the next logical step for me to take. Okay, let's get this started. Ugh, and just hearing that 16-bit rendition of the G3 theme is making my bowels feel like they're about to explode. Wait, Webfoot Technologies? That couldn't be. Is that? Well, that game wasn't that bad, so perhaps maybe this will be pretty good. Okay, so the general story is that Rarity is now a princess. Or something. And she's got to learn how to make rainbows. Or something. And along the way you can trigger certain actions to make mini-games appear. Great effort! I didn't even hit it once! Oh, and by the way, one thing I didn't mention, the sprites look awful. More so when they're standing. They look creepy, like they're not even looking at each other. Imagine if the whole review I was talking to you like this. Hey. So anyway, right off the bat, you're sent on a treasure hunt for 3 banners. Get used to it because you're going to be doing a lot of hunting. And there's no real point in talking with the townsfolk since they usually have nothing important to say. Except for some that make you play some games, but nothing that contributes to your advancement. Like this pony right here sent me to a game. You gotta match your character's clothes to the picture in the top right before the timer runs out. And let me tell you, this one's a real challenge. The size of the demo picture is tiny. What shoes do you have to choose? I don't know, just try out all the options until you got it. There's not that many. As far as I know, these optional games are pointless. If you play them once, you get a jewel, and if you play them again, you get a second jewel. What they do, I don't know. So there, I got all the banners and now I'm going to trudge all the way back, and let me tell you, walking back to whoever sent you out on the fetch quest gets boring real fast. Now you might be thinking, hey, cut this game some slack, it was meant for kids. Sure, the difficulty is low and fans of the movie would be happy to see familiar faces in this game, but let me tell you, this is gonna test the patience of a kid big time. Just wait till later. So immediately after completing one fetch quest, you get another fetch quest, this time for 3 more things. This time you gotta find flags. So after walking around some more, flag here, flag there, you get to wash a carriage, or rather you get to massacre each other with bubbles. So anyway, moving on. So once you finally do all these chores in games, you get to learn how to use a magic wand, which functions like a crayon and you gotta color. Okay, let's see, yeah, what a masterpiece. There's no real challenge to it, you just put color wherever you want. In fact, you can just do 3 things and still complete the challenge. So we learned some more story that 4 stars will pass, yada yada yada, if not done quickly, no more rainbows, and before you know it, it's another game. This one is kind of a slower, much more simple version of Simon. You only need to copy the pattern 4 times before moving on. But unlike Simon, this game is a warp, and before you know it, you're somewhere else. And now you're with the Breezies, and you gotta find 3 of them, you find them, and now you gotta get more stuff, this time a toothbrush, a story, and pajamas. But this is where the BS goes off the chart. Whereas before you were given the 3 things to find, now you have to find each and every one individually, go back, deliver the item, and then head out again. You can't just find the item farthest away and then pick them up as you return. No, they appear only after the last item is returned. That is some major turd nuggets. What kid's going to have the patience to go back and forth, finding trivial little items, seeing the same environment and seeing the same background and hearing the same music? It seems like it'll get boring quick. You continue your happy quest, finding stuff and playing minigames, which I welcome big time because they break the monotonous tone of finding stuff. Collecting rainbow berries, playing whack-a-mole with Breezies, all while they make the most annoying giggle ever. The Breezies carry you off to Ponyville where you eat their food and they gotta make more to feed your fat behind. This leads to, you guessed it, more search quests, this time for 5 cherries. Let me tell you why this time it's worse. Not only are there more items to find, not only is it the same rule of find one to find the rest, but because where you are situated. With the Breezies, the meatbag point was next to a screen with a dead end, so all 3 items would be to the right of you. Checking the left screen would only be one to the left. Every game area has a dead end. Now you're positioned in the middle of the playing field and there are houses in which the cherries can be in. This results in painstakingly having to search each and every screen. So leaving the house you started, you may go left only to realize that the cherry was in the farthest right. And once you find that one cherry, maybe there's a cherry in the far left, somewhere you had already been but saw nothing because the cherry wasn't there yet. Each cherry is like finding the first cherry. You can't just walk around and hope to run into them all. You gotta walk around, hope to find one, and then walk around some more and hope you went the right way, or else you gotta walk all the way back. Do you really think kids would have the patience to deal with this? What kid would want to play more than once? Granted, the minigames could be a little entertaining-ish if you were maybe 5? I personally don't believe it. When I was 5, I was playing Super Mario Brothers. See? That's me. And if someone gave me this game, I could see myself getting bored of it. It'd have to be the most casual of casual gamers or the most hardcore fan of My Little Pony G3 to actually enjoy this game. So finally, after who knows how much backtracking and front tracking, I got all the cherries. And then what? More scavenger hunting? Again, it's 5 objects, and again, it's the same rules. Can't find the next until you find the first. Nope, nope, nope. Can't do this anymore. Nope, nope, I can't do it. I'm done. I'm done. F-Zero GX. I remember this game. Game was so hard, so impossible. I thought I could never do it, but I eventually did it. You know what? I'm gonna be Runaway Rainbow. I'm gonna do it. No challenge is too hard. So after all that nonsense, you play some memory game, find some roller skates, play another mini game where you gotta dodge obstacles. You make your way to the castle where you eventually find Spike, who runs away. And runs away. And runs away. And runs away. Okay, seriously, how many more times is he going to run away? Finally, after you stop the guy from running away, he tells you that he knows how to get you back home because he has a map that can help you find your way. This leads to the next chapter where nothing happens. Seriously, there are whole screens that there is no one to talk to and nothing to do. Until you get to play another minigame. This one's kind of like the crane game, but with unlimited amount of tries. Who gives a crap? And that's what I mean when I ask if kids would enjoy this, maybe for a day or two, but it seems like it would ultimately get boring. So finally, everyone finds each other and you have to ride back to the castle. So you get back to the castle, hoping you're not too late to make rainbows, and it looks like you are when, I guess something happens and you're not too late. I honestly could not tell you what was done differently. And that's the Runaway Rainbow. Don't get the wrong idea, I'm not here to pick on a game intended for little kids, but at the end of the day, the problem with this game is the same problem I had with the show. It's obviously the bottom of the barrel attempt at making more merchandise. Do you really think THQ and Hasbro would team up to make a game based on quality? No, I didn't think so either. But it kind of makes me wonder, how would a game based on G4 be like? Now I was thinking kinda like Metroid. But instead you're Twilight and there's a bunch of bad guys everywhere. And the aim of the game would be to go around and fight a bunch of these bad guys from the show using, I don't know, kicks or something. And you couldn't be everyone off the bat. It'd be sort of like Mega Man, but instead of power-ups, you get a member of the remaining 5. Like, you fight Nightmare Moon and you get, I don't know, Pinkie Pie. But now that you got Pinkie Pie, you can use her abilities, or whatever they be, to go to previously inaccessible areas of the world map. I don't know, but it'd be a hell of a lot more entertaining than Runaway Rainbow, and the difficulty doesn't even have to be that hard. Or perhaps it could be like an RPG game. Again, it doesn't have to be that hard. Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo basically walks you through the game, but always offers a challenge. It's one of the easiest RPGs I've ever played, but again, this is coming from a guy who hasn't played many, considering I'm not a fan of the genre. Or perhaps on one of those really old handhelds that use calculator technology. Or not. If anything, this is rather insulting to the intelligence of little girls, considering that THQ thought that this is all they could handle or this is what they would enjoy. You can still make a game that's girly, lighthearted, and easy while still having a high level of quality that challenges the player's mind. Runaway Rainbow is the bare minimum of a game. There is no real possibility to lose. Like heaven forbid we ask the player to try. And that's all the MLP games I can talk about. I realize I left out one G3 game in particular, but I have enough G3 in my system to give me some kind of disease. Until next time, I'm still hunted by the ABB.